Hey Run Junkies, with the 2020 Walt Disney World Marathon weekend fast approaching, many questions pop up about this 5-day race weekend. More than 60,000 runners will be participating in these events. But what about the spectators? Many of us runners will travel with friends and family to these events, and what do? How do they watch you on course? So today we are going to talk about spectator tips and how to watch these races and really cheer on your runner. Now, in 2019, I made a solid effort to spectate the Walt Disney World Marathon, and for the Wine and Dine 10K, I purchased the ChEAR Squad package. All races across marathon weekend have several points at which spectators can watch their runners go by and cheer them on, but it's the marathon that has the most points at which you can cheer on your runners. You will find the most information in the digital event guide. I'm leaving a link to that in the description below. Please take the time to check that out. But let's walk through that a little bit, and I can show you a little bit of what you can expect as a spectator and some of my personal tips for how to get the most out of watching your runner. All right, from the Rundisney Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend events page, you'll go to latest updates to find the digital event guide. This is the splash page for Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend. It has a lot of information in here, but let's go up to this tab for events where you have all of your events listed. And we're going to hit ChEAR Squad. This basically shows you what you can get for the ChEAR Squad package. It is available for the half marathon on Saturday, January 11th, and the full marathon on Sunday, January 12th. In the ChEAR Squad package, it tells you what you get when you purchase this. You get a fleece blanket. It's a stadium blanket. It's really nice, actually. It got a fleece side and then a nylon side, and then it actually rolls up and clips together, so it comes in one little bundle. The ChEAR Squad cowbell, it comes with a fan, as well as the special finish line area at the finish line at Epcot, but also a special wristband controlled space at Cinderella Castle. And my husband did this a couple of years ago. It was pretty cool because he was right there, right in front of the castle. You also get finish line, reserved seating at the finish line, as I said, grandstand seating. You get complimentary beverages, coffee, I think hot chocolate, and sodas and water. As of this recording, all ChEAR Squad packages were still available. For a single race, either the half or the full, that is $70, and you get all of this great stuff. If you purchase both to view from ChEAR Squad for both the half and the full, it is $90. I think for what you get, this is an incredible value already. But I think ChEAR Squad is especially good for those who have mobility issues or who need a little extra time to get around, a little extra space. Check out this video right here of what ChEAR Squad is really like, especially at the finish line. There's a lot of room to move around. You get a lot of great benefits for participating in ChEAR Squad. However, there's more information about spectators and ChEAR Squad in the guide, so let's go back into the reminders tab. We're going to come down here to spectators. Now, real quick, I want to point out a quick typo that I caught earlier this week. Friends and family are invited to join ChEAR Squad to support the 10K and half marathon runners on race day. This is a typo. There is no ChEAR Squad for the 10K. That is for the other races on the Rundisney circuit, where it is a 10K half challenge, like Princess, Star Wars, and Wine and Dine. Don't let this throw you. It really is just the half marathon and full marathon. Just wanted to point that out to you. Lots of great tips on this page, so take a very careful look at this. The most important tip is that runners are not allowed to distribute any food or beverage items to runners or participants along the race course. Basically, if you don't know that runner, please don't offer them food or beverages. Runners should just be accepting that stuff from volunteers. Look, as a runner, it's great to take candy from strangers, but it can't cause problems. I don't know how they're going to enforce that, but just one quick tip. Other great tips about tracking your runner, like making signs, knowing your runner's pace, but I also want to draw your attention to the schedule down here. The 5K and 10K spectator areas are at the start and finish line areas only. 5K, start and finish are in basically the same area. You take the same buses to get there. Okay, so for the Walt Disney World Half Marathon, that is an out and back basically from Epcot up to Magic Kingdom and back. You can view from the start line, from the ticket and transportation area, the Contemporary, Main Street USA inside Magic Kingdom, Disney's Grand Floridian and Polynesian, and then back at the finish line at Epcot. This table tells you the times those areas are available and how to get there. Also for the marathon, the same rules apply, all the same spots, but then further on you have Disney's Animal Kingdom, Disney's Hollywood Studios, the Boardwalk, and then inside Epcot, and then also that at the finish line. So I'm going to take you over to the course maps for all of these places and where the best places to go are. Okay, first of all, we're just going to use the marathon map to run through all of the great spectator spots. We are going to go to the start staging area first. So the staging area and reunion lot, this is a very important place to remember. You will find this, if you look for reunion lot, that is the best place to meet your runner after the race. So from here, there is a spectator walkout to the starting line. This looks like it might be half a mile or so, and there might be bleachers in here. This might be a good place to watch if you're going to be here for a little bit. When the fireworks go off on the starting arch, it's a really neat view, but also then you see the runners pour out of the start line. However, it is dark. The runners are going to be kind of finding their spot as they run through, so they're not going to really be paying attention to the spectators along the side. Now, once they come back, or once they go around, they're actually going to come back through on the south side of this road. So they will actually be closer to you after they pass mile 4. So if you're going to be here for a while, this might be a great place to be. But from there, you will go up to the Ticketing and Transportation Center is the next spot. All right, let's go to the course map and the next good place to view your runner. All right, the next place is the ticketing and transportation area. This is where the monorails kind of transfer from Epcot into Magic Kingdom areas. This is really kind of a nice place to be. It typically is the first time that runners will see spectators, and that is true for the half marathon, but for the full marathon, it's at mile 9. But this is really a great place to be. It's a good long stretch where there are spectators along this road. The next place will be Magic Kingdom. So this is the marathon course that comes in by the side, but the half marathon course is going to come in through the front gate. Magic Kingdom is a great place on Main Street to see the runners. This is their first glimpse of the castle and something that many of us look forward to every time. However, Main Street, once you get spectators on one side of it and runners on the other side, it gets pretty tight and congested in there. So it's hard for a runner to stop and say hello to a spectator without stopping traffic. So just be wary of where you are along Main Street USA. You will have space along the hub right in the center, right here by the partner statue, the Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse statue. You can see your runner in here a little bit, and this right here is where the ChEAR Squad special area is, and then right behind that you can actually fill in and see your runner come out of the castle here. The next spot from here is going to be the Polynesian. So right along here, it's pretty tight for the runners, but there is a lot going on. You can stand along this area here and cheer on your runner. It's actually a really fun place to run through with all the spectators in this area. When you get over to the Polynesian, though, it's a bit tougher because there's usually a lane of traffic separating the runners from the spectators here. The half marathon course splits back and goes back south to Epcot, and your next best bet will be the finish line. But I'm going to continue with the marathon course. When you get down into Animal Kingdom, what is happening here is that you can come in from the front gate and stand at any one of these points here. If you stand here, this is the bridge into Asia, and you will see runners going by. However, the rope drop does not happen until 9 a.m. The marathon course starts at 5 a.m. So you have 4 hours. Track your runner and find out where exactly they are. You will get an alert when they cross the half marathon mark. The other place to kind of sneak in would be across into Dino Land. There are a couple of areas in here, but again, rope drop isn't until 9. So you can view your runner here in Animal Kingdom or along Asia. However, it is really tight in here, and the Animal Kingdom cast members don't really have a lot of support to help out guests and keep the course open. So it's a bit stressful in here. So the only thing, I mean, I guess if I had a recommendation, because Animal Kingdom is so far out from everything else, it takes a while to get in there, it takes a while to get back. I might recommend skipping this unless you and your runner have made plans to meet somewhere here in Animal Kingdom. It is tough. It's mile 17. So maybe at this point they'll need the support, but you really got to want it to get out there. So from here, though, you are, like I said, that was mile 17. You have several miles before you have another opportunity to see a runner. The spectators are not allowed on any of these roads until you get into Hollywood Studios. So let's go over here. They've shortened the course through Hollywood Studios this year. So it was like this for Wine and Dine. The runners are coming in backstage and then coming up Sunset Boulevard and taking a quick left-hand turn out. So the only place for you to see your runner is along here from Tower of Terror, just past Rock and Roller Coaster, and up Sunset Boulevard just a little bit. I think actually a better place, and you don't need a park ticket, is out here near the Skyliner. For Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Disney's Hollywood Studios, you do need a park ticket to view your runner by that point. Not so for Magic Kingdom if you go before 8 o'clock. This is a really good place for the runners to see people without them having to buy a park ticket. This area here by the Skyliner, it's really kind of a nice open area that would be available. However, with Rise of the Resistance now open at Disney's Hollywood Studios, you may run into massive crowds, so just keeping that in mind. The next great place, and probably the best place outside of the parks on that second half, is going to be right here along the boardwalk. This is the Boardwalk Inn right here. You've got the Swan and Dolphin over here and the Yacht and Beach Club. I love running through this area. The spectators are so supportive. There's so much great energy, and you're in the last 2 miles before you finish. I love seeing the spectators out here. So one thing to keep in mind, though, if you are staying at the boardwalk or in any of these areas over here by Epcot, and if you want to get into International Gateway, you can't walk there from here. You have to take a friendship boat. The friendship boats are tough too, because you have to actually cross the course of runners and then get onto a boat. So that could take some time. Plan for that. If you're coming from Epcot's main gate to see your runner in World Showcase, this is possible after World Showcase opens at 11 a.m. and it's actually a lot of fun. This is the last mile. The runners are in the park and it's been a long day. However, I do need to tell you something about that. I want to stop really quickly here and I want to explain how the cast members can manage both a running course and park guests at the same time. It's a complicated process and they have it down to a science. It's a well-oiled machine. So here's one really good example. If you are coming in from Epcot's main gate and trying to get out to World Showcase, you're over in the UK Pavilion, which means that you are standing in line waiting for a transfer point. The runners are gonna come around and come up the walkway. Now imagine an island in the middle of a river. The water goes around each side, that's your runners, okay? The island in the center is for your guests. So what the cast members will do is direct the flow of runners around one side. The guests will come in and cross over to that island while the runners are going this way. They'll stop on this island. Then the cast members will direct runners the other direction around that island, and the guests can complete their journey across the river. It is complicated, but they have it dialed in. So please, if you are a guest and you are using one of those transfer stations, make sure you are thanking those cast members because it is stressful. This process is also long. One thing I noticed for the marathon in 2019 was that there was a long wait to get from the UK pavilion into World Showcase. It was about a 30 to 45 minute wait. So plan for that. It is possible to get into World Showcase from the Epcot main gate, but you gotta want it and you have to plan for it. Once you are in World Showcase though, you will be able to see your runners from the France pavilion all the way around to the China pavilion. It's about a half a mile. You will need a park ticket to do this. And lastly, of course, you have the finish line. I'm going to take you over to the finish line map as well. If you do not have ChEAR Squad, you can still find seating along the finisher chute here. It actually comes up quite a bit, or at least it has in the past. I don't know what's happening with construction, but you should be able to get in here at least a little bit. ChEAR Squad is right at the finish line, and there is spectator seating after they come through the finish line. So you might be able to see them from spectator seating across the finish line. There is a lot going on in here. A lot of the runners are getting their medals, and there's a lot going on. So I might suggest that if you are going to be in this area, communicate that to your runner. Now, you won't be able to see them really until they come out this blue line. This is all fenced off in here for runners. So the best place to meet your runner is up here in this reunion area. There's a lot happening in this area, so make sure you communicate very well. One of the things that they do have in here that is not marked are lettered flags. So letters A through C and D through F and so on and so forth. I don't know the exact breakdown, but you might arrange to meet your runner under the flag that makes sense to you. So in quick summary, here are my favorite suggestions for you as a spectator. From a runner to the spectator, this is where we really love to see you. First off, the Ticketing and Transportation Center. That is where it gets really exciting again. And especially for this year, since it's later in the race, TTC is a fun place to go. Magic Kingdom. It's already perfect, and it's made all that much more exciting with people cheering all up and down Main Street, USA. Maybe outside the Grand Floridian because you've already come back through and you've got a long run back down to Animal Kingdom. But then it's going to be a long time. Hollywood Studios, just outside Hollywood Studios. If you want to buy a park ticket, then yes, Animal Kingdom and Disney's Hollywood Studios are great for that. But if not, then just outside of Hollywood Studios near the Skyliner, on the boardwalk, that is huge. Inside Epcot on World Showcase, and then of course at the finish line. If I have one last tip, it is to read the digital event guide. All of the information, all of the questions you have will likely be answered there. If they're not, please leave a question in the comment section down below. I will do my best to answer that. The bottom line is this: spectating at a Run Disney event can be so much fun. And from a runner to the spectators, it makes this so much more magical. It makes it so much more fun, and it gets us through those really tough times as runners. So first of all, if you are planning on spectating or have ever, thank you so much for supporting the runners and just being there to encourage us along the way. We love and crave your energy and support. We love the crowds and the enthusiasm. So thank you for being there. My question for you today is this: are you planning on spectating at Walt Disney World Marathon weekend? And if so, did this video help? Please leave thoughts, questions, comments, and suggestions in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that thumbs up if you like this video. Guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Until I see you on the next one, go find your awesome, and happy running.